This is Eyewitness News, Wednesday, March 8th, 1978.
Good evening, I'm Rodger Grimsby. Here now the news. Thomas Busaka of Baldwin, Long Island has been subpoenaed for jury duty in Mineola, and he says he'll be happy to serve. Right now, Busaka is serving time for the murder of his wife in 1976. And despite his willingness, apparently prison will take precedence. Bill?
Still ahead tonight on Eyewitness News, a scandal on campus. A story about grade fixing at Queens College. We have details.
Rabbi Chaim Stauber is a New York City Human Rights Commissioner, and he is opposed to Mayor Koch's gay rights stand. Rabbi Stauber says he hopes other commissioners will come out of the closet and oppose the mayor.
Thought you'd be interested to know that a teacher in Good Hope, Alabama told her third-grade students to come up with their own ways of writing out a few familiar old sayings, and here how some of them came out. Two's company, three's a mess. A bird in the hand is worth $1. All's fair in school. Ask me no questions and be quiet. Silence is no talking. Roger? Well, if you saw a green muscle man streaking through Times Square this morning, he was the Incredible Hulk, also known as Muscle Man Lou Ferrigno. Used to be Mr. Universe. Now he's a comic book hero on television.
We'll look at the market and the map and hear the music in a moment. On Wall Street today, another day it was up for the Dow, the second in a row. That's news. Up 408 to close at 750.87. The volume was about 22 million shares. The Amex up as well, 0.74 to 123.97. The volume there about 2.5 million shares. Now at the map, Storm Field.
Thanks, Roger. You know, the weather today was anything but up. The stock market certainly took it away from us. The temperature was still down, well below normal. We only got up to 30 degrees today. And on top of that, we lost the sunshine we had for the last 2 days. We got into clouds. Well, we'll stay in clouds for the next several days, but the temperatures are going to go up, so we'll get a little bit of relief on that side. Look at our readings right now. The readings are out of LaGuardia because Central Park is broken down. The temperature is 30 degrees Fahrenheit, -1 degree Celsius, probably another couple of degrees warmer here in the city.
A prostitute in Tel Aviv has applied for national insurance coverage. Israeli officials have determined she is eligible. She will now be covered for maternity leave, child support, and work-related accidents. Bill?
Off the streets and into your heart, here's Warner Wolf.
I hope so. All right, the word is the Yankees have just turned down a deal that would have sent Sparky Lyle and Chris Chambliss to the Rangers in return for outfielder Claudell Washington and relief pitcher Paul Lindblad. I'll tell you, if that was the deal, it's a good thing the Yankees did turn it down, or the Yankee fans would have run him out of town. Move over, Kenny Norton. No surprise, it now looks like it'll be Leon Spinks against Muhammad Ali in September in South Africa in Maputo Stadium. It's about 125 miles west of Johannesburg. And the figure, $6 million for each man. So first, Kenny Norton loses out when Spinks beats Ali, and now it looks like Norton's pushed aside for the Ali-Spinks rematch, if there is one. Now, earlier, it was confirmed that a Las Vegas doctor did, in fact, give Spinks a painkiller injection in his ribs before the night of the Ali-Spinks fight. However, it seems to me that if Ali knew that Spinks had injured ribs before that fight, why wouldn't he go be a body puncher in that fight and work on the ribs during the fight?
Ethiopian and Cuban troops apparently are having their way with Somalis in the Ogaden Desert. They are being driven back to the border, a fact admitted by the Somalis themselves. Some past and present students at Queens College are under investigation, a result of a reported scheme to change grades by computer. Chi Williams reports the scandal has shaken many of the students on campus.
Are you upset?
Oh, sure. It brings dishonor to the school. And the school has been known for integrity.
That's the feeling of many of the students we talked to at Queens College today after they learned about the computer grade tampering. We're not allowed to film inside the registrar's office, but a 1975 graduate of the school who worked as a data processor here admitted tampering with his grades and those of 11 other students after a professor noticed a discrepancy between the grades in his own records and those he received from the computer. What happens to the 12 who were involved in this now?
Well, they'll all be called in to be interviewed, and be given an opportunity to present their side of what happened. And then we'll take it from there as to whether or not disciplinary action has to be taken and what the nature of that disciplinary action should be.
Reaction of the students we talked to ranged from anger to blaming what they call lax administrative procedures.
I can understand. I think it, has a lot to do with the records department, the management department. I think it doesn't stem from just these few people. I think it stems from higher up. And I think if records were kept better and management was kept better and things are dealt on a personal level instead of everything computerized, I think it'd be a lot better.
Students that I've spoken with, they're very, disgusted with the whole thing. To think that, you as yourself do your work very hard, and you get your B+, for staying up and writing papers. And then another student who has a friend who works in the registrar or in the work with the computers can get an A.
The administration has instituted additional safeguards to prevent a recurrence of the tampering, and the administrators here say they hope to complete the investigation before the end of the term. Chi-Chi Williams, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Some of the talk about making things better comes from Police Commissioner McGuire, who speaks of hiring more officers. But even that may grumble. The department confirms today there are plans to drop about 1,000 policemen through attrition by next year. A savings of $20 million. Bill?
And so the city continues to stagger beneath the weight of its multiplying fiscal problems. In recent days, we've shown the plight of the Manhattan Bridge, the rollers on top of it frozen, its roadbed badly in need of rebuilding. One engineer says, in fact, it will not be safe by the middle of the summer. And underground, here too there is deterioration. A sewer cave-in yesterday reminded us we should be spending as much as $7 billion if we expect sewer survival.
Hoping your news is good news, I'm Rodger Grimsby.
The ABC Evening News with Harry Reasoner and Barbara Walters is next. Larry Kane and the Eyewitness News team will be back at 11. I'm Bill Beutel. I thank you very much for joining us, and have a good evening.
Eyewitness News is a presentation of WABC-TV News, acknowledged by the Associated Press as New York's best regularly scheduled newscast.